important that we as believers have a discernment in understanding what is good and what is supreme. We live in a culture that is about the pursuit of happiness, and happiness is a good thing. But the problem is that when we take good things and try to turn them into supreme things, they will leave us empty every time. And so my question is, if happiness is simply a good thing, but it is not a supreme thing, then what is the supreme thing? James points it out here. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life. That person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him. In other words, James is pointing to eternity. James is saying, look, when it comes to this perseverance through these trials, you can have joy because you have your eyes on something that is supreme, not simply something that is good. There's a few things that I think we learn about what real joy is. James alludes to it here. There's so many other parts of Scripture that point to it. Romans 8:28 is another one, right? All things work together for the good of those who love Him, who are called according to His purpose. That does not tell us that all good things and only good things are going to happen. In fact, the message is the opposite of that. The message is understanding that, look, there are a lot of things when it comes to this life and our experience here that are absolutely not the way that they should be, but we have this understanding. We're able to have this joy because we know that in Jesus, these things are going to be made right. For a believer, we believe that bad things will turn out for good. Now don't mistake this. See, sometimes people look at believers and they would say, you know what, they just have their head in the sand. Right? They don't look at the world for what it really is. They're totally missing that bad stuff is real. And I don't think that's true at all. First of all, I think it is important for us to understand that Jesus teaches, that these writers in the New Testament are teaching that bad things are really bad. Right? It's not this Pollyanna look at the world where we say, you know what, oh yeah, there's murder and rape and pillaging. No big deal. No, it's not that at all. Right? We would look at the world and we would say, man, there's all this darkness. There's all these terrible things. There's these things in the world that we wish were not the way that they are. But we have a hope. We have a hope. And it's not just some whimsical hope. Oh, I hope this happens. In fact, it's a hope that we know that we grasp onto because it has already happened, because we know that darkness, that death has been defeated. And so we're able to look at things in the world and we're able to say, you know what? Yeah, it is really bad. We're able to look at things that happen in our circumstance and say, yes, these things are really bad. And I just want to say, don't get caught in the idea that when bad things happen to you, that you're supposed to have some kind of mentality about those bad things that you just kind of blow it off. I don't think that's what Jesus teaches. I think it's okay for us to embrace when something truly bad happens. It's okay for us to mourn, right? It's okay for us to embrace grief. It's okay for us to, as believers, lament and even look into the heavens and say, why God? Right? How long, oh Lord, is it going to be this way? You can see it through the pages of Scripture. But when it all comes down to it, we know. We have a hope. And because we have a hope, we can have joy in the middle of things that are really storms, in the middle of things that are difficulty. And it all comes down to the fact that we know how this ends. So we need to understand that joy is resilient, right? No matter what comes, joy is there for the believer. Right? We need to understand that this isn't something that we can muster on our own. That's not how this works. Joy is a gift. It comes from Jesus. Right? And it's something that is imparted to us, that He is giving us His joy, and that it's resilient regardless of what happens in life. But not only is it resilient, it's also eternal. How is it that we can go through this